Good evening, I'm Nate Puderbaugh with your sports update. In golf today, it's the opening round of the Ryder Cup at Bethpage. Europe currently leads the United States 5-2 as they continue four-ball play. Justin Thomas and Cameron Young picked up the U.S.'s second point of the day. The final pairing of the day is tied. The Guardians begin their final series of the year with the Texas Rangers this evening in Cleveland at 7:10. Slade Ciccone will be on the mound for the Guardians, taking on the Rangers' Jack Leiter. Their magic number to clinch a playoff spot is 2. The Reds remain one game back at the NL wildcard chase as they head to Milwaukee to take on the Brewers. First pitch tonight comes your way at 8:10. Catch the action on the Fan 2. And Columbus Crew SC return to action tomorrow night looking to clinch an MLS playoff spot against the Chicago Fire. They secure a playoff berth with a win or a New York Red Bulls loss. This update brought to us by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, including tickets, sideline passes, and trips to a Buckeyes first-round postseason game. Register today at roosterswings.com. Now you sports news, what happens on the Fan.
Bring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side, going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh! Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Off and rolling here, Football Friday edition of the program. I am Brandon Beam, hanging out with my guy Nate behind the glass tonight. Nate Dogg, happy Friday to you, my friend.
Happy Friday. We're all alone tonight.
We are alone tonight, which is a very weird feeling.
I think we're alone now.
But we are alone tonight. It is a Football Friday. It's awesome. We got high school football we're going to get you to coming up here. Bottom of the hour tonight in high school football with Skip Mossick, which is going to be fantastic. And then at 7 o'clock, got a great game for you. You got Hilliard. We're going to travel out to Hilliard. Davidson battles Olentangy Orange tonight at 7 o'clock. So that's what we're going to get you to. Top of the hour. I got to say, Nate, we got a sneaky good sports weekend here because we got the Ryder Cup going on, which I know you were stressing about doing updates today.
It was literally two different times. I was like, all right, are they going to finish this hole before my update? Am I going to look like an idiot on air?
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. It's live golf. It happens, right? So we got the Ryder Cup going on here this weekend. USA not looking fantastic, but hey, there's 2 more days to go. You got the singles coming up here on Sunday, which will be fine. You got the same format coming up tomorrow, so we'll see what happens out at Bethpage Black in New York. You got a great college football Saturday tomorrow. The slate is fantastic all the way from noon until midnight. It's going to be good. And then your Sunday is an NFL Sunday. So what more could you possibly ask from for that? I'm looking forward, and everybody who we've talked to this week, including Austin, who was on Tuesday and Thursday. We had Bob on last night. We had DeVere on last night. I'm looking forward to the scene of Ohio State traveling out to Washington, because in my memory, I remember back in April or May, Washington fans were talking up this game, and nobody was believing them from an Ohio State perspective of things. They're like, wait until you come to our house. It's not an easy place to play. What a true first road game for this team. What a test. I know you had Texas at the beginning of the year, right? That's its own thing. It's separate. I know that game, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't really matter. You could have lost it and bounced your way back, but this is conference play. You're on the road. What a great road environment to go to week number 1.
The best thing about it is you almost had an entire new training camp to get ready for this game. So it's almost like game 1 of the season is once again today or tomorrow.
Which is what I think they put stock into, right? After the Grambling and OU game I think was pretty good. You get 2 weeks to prepare to take yourselves on the road, which I think is going to be a really fun environment. It's one of the more unique places in college football.
I want to see balls going into boats.
I do too. Well, not from Ohio State's perspective. Maybe from kicks.
Maybe after we're done in the end zone, you toss them in there. Toss an Ohio State fan that's out there.
Yeah, I think Julian Sand could. It's kind of like Barry Bonds sitting in McCovey Cove, right, out in San Francisco, but not during play. Nobody wants to see a ball going into a boat during play. Yeah, we talked to Murph. We're going to hear from him coming up here in about 10 minutes time, around 6:15. He's out there already in Seattle. It's a great American city. It's fantastic. You got the Dodgers in town this weekend. They're playing the Mariners. Cal Raleigh's going for an MVP award. And you have Ohio State opening up the season in Big Ten play against Washington, who I would imagine has to feel pretty disrespected that they didn't receive any top 25 votes at all. They've looked pretty good.
People have been picking them as the dark horse in the Big Ten all year, right? Which is the weird thing.
Which is strange. If you're going to pick someone as the dark horse in the Big Ten, you want to make sure that you maybe get your AP votes in. But hey, I think that's a different story for a different day. I am excited to watch not only Julian Sayin in his first road test, but this defense. Like Parker Navarro, of course, from Ohio, he possessed his own dual threat characteristics. Damon Williams is a different story. Like I don't know how much of Washington you watched, Nate. I watched a good chunk of that game in the Apple Cup game last weekend. He's all over the place, man. Like he can break the pocket, he can extend the play, he can run, he can pass when he's on the move. He's a fantastic quarterback to watch. If you're watching from like a neutral point of view, that it's a not against your team, turn him on every week. Like he's fantastic.
He is fun to watch. The only concern I have if you're him is you're supposedly 5'11", which means you're actually like 5'8".
Yeah, that's what Bobby said last night.
Arvell Reese is decidedly not 5'8".
No, and you know what? I think they may be shorting him on the 6'4" program height for Arvell Reese.
7 foot.
I think our Austin Ward has said he's 8 feet tall, right? I think he's constantly said he's like 8 feet tall. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be a fantastic outing. 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. Of course, all-day coverage begins here on the Fan, I believe, at 10 o'clock. So we got all-day coverage for you lined up. Yeah, it's always fun when you get to go out to the West Coast. And this game, it just feels a little bit different. And I don't know if it's because of the lack of maybe love that Washington is getting. It feels a lot different than the Oregon game. I think Oregon was week 6 last year, and then you had the bye week after that, so you kind of chopped your season in half. I know they had 2 byes last year as well, but it does feel a little bit different like when you traveled on the road to Eugene. Don't you think, Nate? It feels a little bit different than last year.
It's also a little different than last year because last year it was like a 6-week build up to like Judgment Day between the two best teams.
Yeah.
Whereas this year it's like you already had the big build up and now we're just playing another team.
Yeah, I agree with that. Right? Like you go on the road to Washington and we'll see what happens. I am excited to see as well how this offensive line is going to hold up. Washington's defense maybe been a little bit suspect. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think their offense has been the main talking point, at least for us. I don't know what it's like out in Husky land, out in Seattle, but how that Washington defense is going to be able to maintain and try to corral this Ohio State attack that really we haven't seen anybody do anything against so far this year. I think Julian Sayin's passed all the tests. The tight end room has been crazy. I think the wide receivers, Carnell Tate has been a great surprise this year, and that's even with Carnell Tate getting a lot of love before the season, that this Ohio State passing attack, if it's going to go, it's got to go early because, again, I think what Bobby said last night, if you want to go back and listen to last night's show, you can't get behind in one of these like true road games.
No, you got to kill the crowd early.
Yeah, have to kill the crowd early. So I don't know if it's going to be like establish the run to get the pass game going, or if you want to go total reverse card and establish the pass to get the run game going. There's two kind of trains of thought. So we'll see what Brian Hartline has in favor coming up tomorrow. But yeah, it should be a fun one. Julian Sayin's first road game. I have to think that Jeremiah Smith's going to have a day.
I don't know how good Washington's secondary is.
I don't know either.
I haven't been able to figure it out yet, but
they got big manly corners. Like they play man.
They got dudes.
They play man defense, which would scare the living hell out of me if I'm a Washington
It just
fan.
says to me, if you're playing man defense against Ohio State, look for 40 to be dropped at some point.
Yeah. Well, their offense is capable of putting up 50.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's against this defense, but we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. But again, anytime that you're playing man defense and you lean into it, you better have
dudes.
You better make sure that you have dudes. And I don't know if Washington does, but hey, you live by the sword and you die by the sword. Patrick Murphy of Bucknuts, he's going to join us. He is in Seattle currently. We'll talk some Buckeyes and Huskies as we do beers and Buckeyes with Murph Dog coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
The Fan.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you picked match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports, basketball, or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hey Buckeyes, I'm John Chabot with Surest, a digital-first health plan designed to make healthcare simple and affordable right here in Ohio. At Surest, we believe healthy small businesses are vital to our economy. That's why we're ready to give your small business a VIP opportunity through our small business sweepstakes. Winners will be recognized on the sideline at an Ohio State home football game. To enter, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Surest. That's SUREST. Surest, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Toyota gives you the power of choice. Now through September 30th, get 4.75 APR financing on a stylish new 25 Corolla or 5.75 on Corolla Hybrid. Excludes Corolla Cross and GR Corolla. Or lease a gas-powered 25 Corolla LE for $199 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like the Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S., Z Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $4,500. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for a full disclaimer.
Visit BuckeyeKubotaDealers.com to find a dealer near you.
Wake up and laugh with the Bob and Tom Show on the Fan 2.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
It says here they've won 5 Marconi Awards. I can't even spell Marconi. The Fan 2, Columbus's home of the Bob and Tom Show.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, where can you get a full suite of business banking services served up by well-trained, caring employees with unquestionable integrity? It's right here at Heartland. Relationships matter. I'm Scott McComb. Come over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Blue skies, light winds, and warm temperatures to start your weekend and a great night for high school football. We're in the mid to upper 70s on this Friday. Overnight, clear skies and light winds in the upper 50s for Saturday morning and a perfect finish. Plenty of sunshine back around 80 Saturday afternoon. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Drink up, Slappy. It's time for Beers and Buckeyes with Patrick Murphy.
We don't usually get to actually do this with Murph on the road, but right now we do as we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Gas Hotline. Check with our great friend. He is a Bucknuts. He is Patrick Murphy, live in Seattle. Murph, happy Friday to you. Happy hour out there. What's going on, buddy? Good to talk to you.
It's been good. We'll get to do this probably, 3 of the next 4 weeks because the Buckeyes now start their road stretch here with the start of Big Ten play beginning tomorrow and here in Seattle at Husky Stadium, which I'm excited. I've not been there. I was not present in the 2007 game I remember watching it, but I'm excited to see what all the hoopla is about.
Yeah, absolutely. I am too. I'm excited to get to see it. I'm not going in person, obviously, like you are, like Austin is. I'm jealous of you guys getting ready to see the sailgating and seeing the sights and sounds of Seattle. But when it actually comes to the football game, Pat, what are you making out of it? Because Washington in their first 3 games have looked pretty prolific on the offensive side of the football. The number has gone down. If you are a betting person, it's kind of a tricky first game. I feel like on the road, maybe tomorrow at 3:30, 12:30 your time.
I think it definitely has the potential to be. My big question is just really how good Washington is. You watch the games, and that offense looks elite, no doubt about it. Damon Williams Jr. looks like, a guy who maybe if he has a really good game tomorrow could vault himself up into the Heisman Trophy conversation with some of the things he can do, both throwing and passing. But then I look at the teams they played. Colorado State, well, that game was, I think, tied at halftime. Mm-hmm. Then they played UC Davis, which is basically the equivalent of Ohio State playing Grambling. And then Washington State, who not great. Defensively, those teams all are not holding water to what Ohio State will bring tomorrow. So I don't know. I have kind of found myself going back and forth. Like, this offense looks really good. I also know the Buckeye defense is really good, right? And I think that it will certainly be the best that DeMond Williams and those guys have faced. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a good challenge, no doubt about it. But I think that you could come out of there with Ohio State being like the top team in the country, cementing themselves based on what they do, or maybe we have some questions coming out of it. It's just this early in the season, I think there's still a lot of questions to be asked about a bunch of teams.
Before we go into more football talk, where are you at right now? Because it sounds like it's a pretty good time.
Yeah, we went over to Pike's Place.
Did you throw a fish
with the fishes? No, I did not. That was at this time of day. It's pretty packed over there, but had some mac and cheese. Had a tuna melt.
How long was the line for the mac and cheese spot?
I don't know, 15 minutes.
Oh, not bad.
Like waiting to get the food waiting to order did not take very long, but then we had to wait for the food. Sarah, my fiance, as you know, ordered a tuna melt. That took a little longer, but we didn't wait too long.
Okay, that sounds good, because I know that my wife and her mom were out there a couple of weeks ago for a wedding, and she was telling me that she went there back, I think in the early 2000s. She was like, the mac and cheese at Pike Place Market, you got to get it. And so they went and they did it again. She was like, it was better than what I thought it was, even 20 years down the road. So I'm glad that you kicked that spot off the list. Getting back to the actual football game here tomorrow, Pat, you mentioned DeMond Williams and what a season he has had so far. How, if you are doing anything against this pretty prolific Washington offense, if Patrick Murphy was the defensive coordinator for the Ohio State Buckeyes, which I think we're all glad that you're not, how would you try to slow this offense down?
Well, first of all, mac and cheese, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Good.
So they were right on that. Second thing, I agree. It's a good thing that I'm not the defensive coordinator. But I think it is a good thing that Matt Patricia is, because he has seen this type of offense before. Jed Fish, he worked with him actually in New England. But Jed Fish worked for the Rams, and I can tell you as a Rams fan, you watch this offense, other than the fact that Washington has a dual-threat quarterback, there's a lot of similarities to what Sean McVay does in terms of the pre-snap motion and things like that.
Well, eye candy?
Yeah, and sometimes it's eye candy. Sometimes wide receiver coming in motion, they hand the ball off to him real quick, and if that guy can get outside, it can be a big play. So that's something the Buckeyes will have to be ready for. But Matt Patricia's familiar with this. He's coached against Sean McVay before. He knows Sean McVay well. He compared DeMond Williams to Kyler Murray. I assume he means the Kyler Murray that was at Oklahoma and not the one that is potentially ruining Marvin Harris.
They had a good comeback last night. Marv had a touchdown. Yeah. It's all good. It's fine.
Yeah. That's a topic for another day. But I think that it's advantage Buckeyes that Matt Patricia is at least familiar with this. It won't be something when he turned on the film that he's seeing it for the first time. In fact, there's probably not much that Matt Patricia turns on the film and sees it for the first time. So, look, I think it starts with containing DeMond Williams and not letting him get out of the pocket, making him into just a thrower and less of a runner, And from there, you take your chances with the Buckeye secondary.
Beers and Buckeyes with Patrick Murphy. He is live out in Seattle with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Pat, I know that Ohio State's played 3 games. Washington has played 3 games. Is this the best offense that Ohio State has faced so far in this early part of the season?
Yeah, I think definitely. We thought maybe Texas would be, but that hasn't played out to be the case with Arch Manning's struggles. And we'll see how that goes throughout the rest of the season. But, yeah, I think just you have DeMond Williams, you have Jonah Coleman, the running back, who I was talking with Gary Danielson this week, who's calling the game. Yeah, he was like, he reminds me of like a Quinshon Judkins, like a poor man's Quinshon Judkins, or maybe even a Mayan Williams with his kind of, size and things like that. So I think
What about a Tevin Coleman comparison? What about that?
I think that's fair. Those, just those bigger running backs. He's not going to beat you with a juke move or anything like that, but he will run you over, and he's got speed. I think, Denzel Boston on the outside, he's 6'4", easily the biggest receiver that Ohio State has faced this year, and they don't have many, at least guys that have played a lot. I think Quincy Porter's 6'4", so I assume he's simulating that in practice. But it'll definitely be a challenge. But like I said, like the defenses Washington's faced, it's tough to really get a good gauge on is this offense truly as explosive as they've been? I think they're the second highest scoring offense in the country, or is it they just haven't faced an elite defense yet? And I truly do believe Ohio State's defense is elite, and I think even if they give up some points on Saturday against Washington, and they probably will, this is still, I think, one of the best defenses in the country.
Offensively, how do you think the offense travels, Pat? It's Julian Sand's first road start. Again, he played Texas his first game, which I think is one of the better defenses, if not one of the best defenses in college football. So when I'm looking at Julian Sand going on the road, he seems to have a resting heart rate of about 50, maybe even lower. He seems like a pretty calm, cool, collected dude. How do you think this Ohio State offense is going to travel in their first true road test, which is a pretty impressive environment that Washington is going to bring tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it starts with Julian Sand, like you're saying. I did a profile on him sort of during the off week, talking to his high school coach, his quarterback's coach, some guys that covered him in recruiting. Everybody talks about that poise, and we've heard Ryan Day talk about it. But his high school coach is telling me about games when they are down double digits in high school against good teams, and he comes to the sideline before they take the field to try and mount a comeback. And his coach told me it was like, you're talking about your weekend plans, not about, hey, we need to drive down and score 10 straight points in under 2 minutes, right? And Julian gets it done, and it's just it's no big deal. So this is going to be a different animal, obviously, with 70,000 plus, and they're calling it the Purple Rain game out here.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to look sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we'll see. But I think, you'd like the fact that he has that demeanor and everything to go into that. And then the biggest thing I think that could help Julian Sand and really this offense as a whole is if they can get this run game going, whether that's Bo Jackson starting the game or getting in early and making some big plays, or if C.J. Donaldson or James Peoples can get going. I think on the road you need to be able to run the ball. And, you and I talked about a couple weeks ago, I think statistically the Buckeyes have actually ran the ball pretty well. It just hasn't looked what we expected yet. And a lot of that has been Bo Jackson breaking off some of those big runs. So however they're going to do it on Saturday, they do need to help Julian Sand out by being able to run the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, Pat. I think that's a huge key to the game, establishing the run early and often to open up the pass game. Hey, before we let you go here, what do you think, in your mind, the game day atmosphere is going to be tomorrow, and how much are you looking forward to getting into Husky Stadium, or are you sailgating? I don't know what your pregame plans are.
No sailgating for me. I am really interested to see. I was talking to one of our guys who covers Washington, and just what's it like around the stadium? And he was like, well, there's really not much right around the stadium, more towards campus. If you kind of walk through there and, that's where some of the tailgates, and then you mentioned the sailgating right outside. So I'll be interested to see what the atmosphere is. I'm hoping to get down there early enough to sort of walk around and take it all in before we really go in and get to work. Once we get in the stadium, though, I imagine it will be a hostile environment. I will say, the number of Buckeye fans that I've seen walking around Seattle. Now, granted, they are out wearing their Buckeye stuff, and people that live here probably aren't wearing their Washington stuff.
But they're wearing their Mariner stuff. Big series for them.
Well, I was going to say it's been Buckeyes or Dodgers that I've seen all over the place. So I think there will be a really good Buckeye crowd. Will it quiet the however many Washington fans are there? Probably not. But I think it will be, Oregon last year was impressive. I think it could be even more so with this one.
How many Rainier beers have you had so far, Pat? I know that's the beverage of choice for those fine folks out on the West Coast.
Well, I don't know if I've had that one yet. Last night, so we got in later than we wanted last night because our flight got moved back. We got in about 8:30, got to the hotel, went to get some dinner at an Asian spot, which was really good. Had a couple beers there, had a beer back at the bar. I probably should keep track when I go in these places of the local beers that I've had, but they've all been really good, I'll tell you that.
Patrick, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us. Have a fantastic Friday evening in Seattle. Enjoy the game tomorrow, buddy. And I'll talk to you next Thursday, I think, at least.
Yeah, I think so. Sounds good, dude.
Here goes Patrick Murphy with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. I don't sometimes get envious of people. I am envious of everyone going out to Seattle this weekend.
As a big-time music guy, I'm very jealous of everyone getting to visit Seattle.
What do you mean, Nate? Nobody famous has ever come out to Seattle.
No one.
What are you talking about?
There are no clubs I would love to finally experience in there at all.
No, I don't think so. Would you hold on? Would you rock the grunge set, though? I mean, would you be fully, decked out?
No, I don't think you can go that far into it, or else you look like you're just a loser, right?
Yeah, I guess you had to be there. You had to be there, in the mid to late 90s to do that. Yeah, I think I would, though. I think I would go, full plaid.
Get the full plaid.
Yeah,
you have your hair down a little bit. Yeah,
I think I would. This hair stays up. There's not much of it left on the top of my head due to a little bit of stress. But I think I would. I think I would comb it down for the day and just let it. I think I would comb it over.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I hope everybody's had a fantastic week. Got a great day lined up for you tomorrow. Again, Buckeye pregame coverage beginning, I believe, at 10 a.m., which is going to be fantastic. Live network coverage from Washington begins at 2 o'clock. Justin Zwick and I will be on the postgame show probably around 8 o'clock. To recap everything happening from Washington. Nate, before we get out of here tonight in our last 30 seconds, you got a final score?
I think the line has gotten so low to the point it's now insulting to Ohio State.
I kind of agree.
I've got this as a 21-point win, so I'm going 34-13.
Okay, I'm going 41-28, I think. I think 41-28, I think, is fair. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Huge congratulations to Quinn and Paige for getting married tonight. If you're watching on the YouTube stream, that's why I'm dressed up. That's where I'm going after this. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. High school football is coming at you next right here on The Fan.
Ready for your next truck? At Krieger Ford, we have just what you're looking for. Trade in your vehicle and get a new Ford F-150 with a black appearance package for $11,000 off MSRP. It's all part of the Krieger commitment. Best cars, best people, peace of mind. Visit us today on Morris Road in Columbus or find your new truck at KriegerFord.com.
When we started the company, I was absolutely going to build my own plant. We can build a very, very good window and sell it at a reasonable price. And if you buy from a company that is a dealer, they have to order the part from the factory, have it sent, and then schedule a service. I got 500 locks out back. If you need a lock, it'll take me 15 seconds to walk back here and grab one for you.
Visit our showroom today at 4200 Roberts Road.
Everybody poops, everybody pees. Mommy, will you call Mr. Rooter, please? 'Cause I gotta poop and I gotta pee. Only Mr. Rooter can clear the drain for me. Thank you, Mr. Rooter.
Hi, everybody. We call it what it is at Mr. Rooter. When you have a plumbing or drain problem, the team at Mr. Rooter is ready 7 days a week. Call us today and take advantage of our $95 drain cleaning special. Visit us at MrRooter.com. We'll be there quick.
Hey, Columbus. It's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. Football runs deep in my family. My dad played here, and now my brother and I are proud to carry on that tradition. At Monogram Homes, family matters too. They treat every homeowner like one of their own, building with care, precision, and pride. Monogram doesn't just build houses, they build homes, crafted just for you. So whether you're starting your first home or designing your dream space, Monogram Homes has got your back every step of the way. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
Looking for bold flavors and award-winning spirits? High Bank Distillery is your destination for handcrafted cocktails, locally inspired dishes, and Whiskey War, the nationally recognized whiskey. Stop by their Grandview, Gahanna, and Westerville locations this week. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.